Imagine a future where we have solved many of the problems plaguing humanity today. Food and energy are issues of the past, and human beings have established orbital and lunar colonies. We here at IDGI have invented a satellite capable of transporting you to this not-so-distant future, and the rest is up to you.
Early this morning at the port of Felixstowe, 21 workers were found dead in a cargo container ship. The ship had initiated auto-docking procedures, and emergency personnel on site reported finding no survivors aboard.
Lights.
21
Much better.
dead.
Not so
Nothing
sorry to
further,
wake you,
including
Bishop.
cause of death
We
and
thought
origin
you
of the
should know
vessel
about our
had been
little
released by
escort.
authorities. And that's the latest from here in London. I'm Malcolm Thomas.
We just met 2 hours ago. This isn't very funny, new guy. But you know, let's see where this goes. My name is Alana Boyle, codename Rook-25. I am your weapons and combat specialist. Do you know what your name is? I'm not going to answer that. What the hell is wrong with you? So let's get you suited up and ready to kick some homeless arse. Here are your basic Consortium tools. You got your PCU, BUS and assault helmet, all specifically tailored to fit you nice and snug. Yes, I did. The group we're up against here are unofficially called the Homeless Mercenaries. I'm not surprised you've never used this equipment before. The bloody BUS alone is so expensive. We're one of the only agencies in the world who use it. Think SSK, only with built-in hardpoint sockets. Spider Silk Kevlar. Are you sure you're alright? The K mentioned your final mission for your last outfit was a real mess. Nearly got yourself killed. Okay, now you're either screwing with me, or my brother really needs to take a look at you. You're just full of questions, aren't you? Rook-13 is my brother, our doctor. You met him when you came on board. He'd be the antisocial one who likely hid in the corner after only saying a few words. Seriously though, are you feeling okay? What? You are getting stranger by the minute. Are you speaking to someone else? What in the hell is going on, and why are you making your voice sound like the king? You're... sorry? You know what? You're acting a little lopsided. Maybe you should go and see Rook-13 in the med bay. I'll tell him you may be coming. It's your choice, whether or not to go, of course, but I think it's better to be safe, right? We don't want a banged-up bishop on our hands. Will you please? Now, Pawn 7 and I have some CCU maintenance to take care of in the lower crawl. Feel free to wander the ship and meet your new crew, or maybe hit up the virtual trainer and complete your Bishop training scenario. The VT is at the end of the hall, next to the elevator. Oh, and don't forget to go and get your CMC from the K. You can find her in Mission Operations, at the end of the hall, to your right.
Good afternoon, sleepyhead. Yes, Bishop? What can I do for you? Oh, I was just checking on something for Rook 9. He's a little concerned because we can't seem to track Angelov's location of transmit. Usually Zenlil can pinpoint where he's contacting us from, but not today. Only the three. Rook 9's the ship's captain. Rook 25, your combat specialist. And Rook 13, the onboard doctor. You know Knight 15, of course, and the rest of us are pawns. Right now there's about 10 of us on board, give or take. Everything. Most of them consist of every variety scientist you could imagine, and they monitor and investigate issues related to their particular field. And then there's some like myself, who are Wade slaves. Or engineers, if you like. We keep Zenlil going and all systems flowing. Anyway, if you don't mind, I have to go check in with Rook 9 now. Hey, and try to avoid Pawn 1 if you want to keep from screaming at someone on your first day.
You know it as well as I do, Patricia.
Do you really want to get into this now? She could come back from the crawl at any second.
Do I look like I care? Let her hear me. I do not deserve this kind of treatment, and it's time she understands this.
What kind of treatment? You've only been here a month and you're already complaining.
She does not need to treat us like ants to be stomped on.
Can we just get back to work, please?
Fine. But I will not let her push me around anymore.
Yes, yes, whatever you say. Good afternoon, Bishop. I'm sorry you had to hear all that. Rook 25's just been acting a little... well, a little more strict lately. And Pawn 4 here just thinks he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. Doesn't understand why she can't be nice to him.
She's been acting like a real bitch. Apparently she's been like this since Bishop 8 left. Well, you're certainly no fun. If I had known Bishop 8, I bet I would say he's a lot more fun than you.
Ignore him, Bishop. He's new and probably won't last past the holidays. And for that matter, it's really no wonder he's got nowhere else to be for Christmas. Tell me something. What made you strive to become a bishop? Well, the world is actually doing a pretty good job of saving itself. The end of a massive world war tends to do that. But everything comes back around eventually. And we'll be here when it does. I really didn't expect that from you. Well, from a bishop, I mean. And yes, I completely agree. The Consortium can potentially make all the difference this time around. Other than babysit Pawns 4 and 7, on a regular day my job consists of mostly mission pod maintenance and repairs. We're currently running on a skeleton crew, however, and so I tend to handle quite a bit more. If I didn't know better, I'd call that a pickup line. Well, I'd kindly tell you, as I've done the last dozen officers to try, that I don't date within the consortium. Of course, there's also the small detail of me being married. Sorry about that. I guess I've sort of come to expect it from the men that I meet. No, I guess not. Most men are like dogs begging at a table for food, eternally hopeful that some little morsel will fall into their laps. Present company excluded, of course.
Oh, God, I think I'm going to vomit if either of you speak again.
I'm sorry, Bishop, but I've got some work in upper avionics to take care of. Wade mentioned something about environmental monitors acting funny, and he wants me to check it out.
Oh, hey. I know you probably want to get to know me and all that crap, but Rook 25 has just stuck me with many of Pawn 7's duties. I am a little busy. Oh, you do you? The Bishop wants to talk. Okay, Bishop. I can give you a second. What would you like to talk about? She's a bitch. I didn't make this clear enough before. Any more questions? How the hell should I know? I got here just before Bishop 8 left the ship. I barely even saw them together. Alright, I got to get back to work. Bishop.
Mon Dieu! Bishop, you startled me. I was only doing some maintenance? I don't know. Something that's been stuck in my head for a few days now. I must have heard it somewhere. Yes, I believe I have. He is a big composer for the VR industry, is he not? My nephew makes me play games with him sometimes. That must be where I heard it. So you're a bishop and a gamer? I wonder which came first. Of course it is. You wait until you retire and have nothing better to do. My father, all he does is lose money to 12-year-olds playing casino nights. Anyways.
Oh, well, hey, the new bishop. I got a few minutes to talk if you want. How was your sleep? Those bunks up there can be pretty comfortable. They're 60% made of hemp. Canadian hemp, the best in the world. Excellent. I always wonder when I'm put with a new bishop or rook or knight. I always wonder what they're going to be like. And you seem cool, so that's good. No problem, no problem. Glad to help. I actually haven't helped you, have I? Well, glad to meet you at least. Yes, I do. And someone called me mad. Bishop 8 even once tried to kill me about 2 months back. He denies it, of course, and nobody believes me, but I know it's true. Yeah, no joke. I was talking with him about how the world has seen a decrease in the number of populations living with a sub-replacement fertility rate. Well, apparently he didn't like what I had to say and pulled his weapon on me. He threatened to kill me if I didn't stop speaking.